The most confident person you know was not born that way. They built it. And the way they built it is so stupidly simple that when I explain it, you are going to be mad nobody told you sooner. Here is the truth. Most people think confidence is something you either have or you do not. Like some people got lucky and the rest of us are just stuck faking it. But that is completely wrong. Confidence is a skill, and like any skill, there is a method to building it. By the end of this video, you are going to have a clear, day-by-day system to build real, unshakable confidence in just 7 days. Not fake positivity, not pretending to be someone you are not. Real confidence that other people can actually feel when you walk into a room. And the last step in this system? It is the one that flips a switch in your brain that most people never discover. So why does this matter right now? Because we are living in a time where people are more connected than ever, but feel more insecure than ever. A study from the American Psychological Association found that over 60% of young adults say they regularly feel not good enough. 60%. That means if you are in a room with 5 people, 3 of them are quietly battling the same thing you are. And the worst part is that low confidence does not just make you feel bad, it makes you invisible. You do not speak up in meetings. You do not go after the opportunities you deserve. You let other people decide your life for you. Not because you are not capable, but because something inside keeps whispering that you are not ready. What if I told you that the difference between you right now and a deeply confident version of you is not years of therapy or some big life event? It is 7 deliberate days. So here is exactly how this works. Step 1. Stop asking for permission to exist. This is day 1, and it is the foundation for everything else. Most people with low confidence have an unconscious habit of making themselves smaller. They apologize before they speak. They over-explain their opinions. They shrink in conversations because, deep down, they feel like their thoughts do not deserve space. On day 1, your only job is to catch yourself doing this and stop. Every time you are about to say sorry for having an opinion, or start a sentence with, "I might be wrong, but," just say the thing. State your thought. No disclaimer, no apology. Psychologists call this assertive communication, and research shows that simply changing how you speak literally rewires how your brain perceives your own value. 1 day, that is all this takes to start. But the next step? This is where you start to feel the shift physically. Step 2. Fix your body first, and your mind will follow. Day 2 is about your posture, your movement, and how you carry yourself. This is not woo-woo stuff. A famous study from researchers at Columbia and Harvard found that standing in an expansive, open posture for just 2 minutes changed people's hormone levels. Their cortisol dropped, and their testosterone increased. Their body literally told their brain to feel more powerful. So on day 2, here is what you do. Before any situation where you need confidence, a meeting, a date, a difficult conversation, stand tall, shoulders back, chin level, and hold that position for 2 minutes. Not in front of other people, in the bathroom, in your car, wherever. Just do it. You will feel ridiculous for about 30 seconds, and then something clicks. Here is the crazy part. Most people think confidence starts in the mind, but the science says the opposite. Your body sends signals to your brain. Change the signal, change the feeling. It is almost like a cheat code. Now, number 3 is the one most people skip, and it is the reason their confidence never lasts. Step 3. Stack micro wins every single day. Day 3 is about momentum. Confidence does not come from one big win. It comes from a pattern of small ones. Your brain keeps a kind of scoreboard. Every time you say you will do something and then actually do it, your brain goes, "Okay, I can trust this person." When you say you will do things and never follow through, even small things like going to the gym or finishing a task, your brain stops believing you. So, on day 3, pick 3 small things you have been putting off and do them. Make your bed. Send that email. Go for that walk. Not because any one of them matters on its own, but because you are showing your brain that your word means something. This concept comes from what psychologists call self-efficacy theory, developed by Albert Bandura. The research is clear. People who experience regular small successes develop dramatically higher confidence than people who only chase big goals. Okay, this next one might sound weird, but stay with me. Step 4. Talk to one stranger a day. Starting day 4, I want you to have a short, low-stakes conversation with someone you do not know. That is it. The barista, someone in an elevator, a person in line at the grocery store. I am not asking you to give a speech. Just say something. Ask them how their day is going. Comment on the weather. It does not matter what you say. Here is why this works. A huge part of low confidence is fear of judgment. You are terrified that people are evaluating you and finding you lacking. But when you actually talk to strangers, you discover something powerful. Most people are nice. Most people are not judging you. And the more you prove that to yourself through experience, the quieter that fearful voice gets. Your specific action for today is one conversation. Just one. And here is a tip worth saving this video for. Keep a tally on your phone. Every stranger conversation gets a mark. Watch what happens to your confidence when that number hits 20 or 30. It becomes a personal scoreboard that trains your brain to seek connection instead of avoid it. Now, everything I have shared so far is building a foundation, but step 5 is where it starts to get really interesting. Step 5. Rewrite your internal script. Day 5 is about the voice in your head. We all have one, and for most people with low confidence, that voice is brutal. It says things like, "You always mess this up," or "Who do you think you are?" or "People are going to find out you are a fraud." Here is what most people do not know. That voice is not telling the truth. It is running an old program, usually something that got installed in childhood or during a painful experience, and you can change it. On day 5, I want you to write down the 3 most common negative things your inner voice says. Then, next to each one, write a factual counterstatement, not something fake and positive, something real. So if your voice says you always fail, you write down 3 specific times you succeeded. If it says nobody likes you, you write down the names of people who have shown you they care. This is not about lying to yourself. It is about correcting the lies you have been believing. Cognitive behavioral researchers have shown that this simple reframing exercise, when done consistently, physically changes the neural pathways in your brain associated with self-perception. And speaking of your brain, did you know that your brain cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one? That is not a metaphor. Brain imaging studies show the same regions light up whether you are doing something or intensely visualizing it. Which brings us to step 6. Step 6. Visualize before you execute. Day 6 is about mental rehearsal. Before any important moment in your day, close your eyes for 60 seconds and see yourself doing it confidently. See the room. See the people. See yourself speaking clearly, standing tall, being calm. Elite athletes have used this technique for decades. It is not magic. It is training your brain to treat the confident version of you as familiar instead of foreign. When the real moment comes, your brain goes, "Oh, I have done this before," and the anxiety drops. Your action step is simple. Pick the most nerve-wracking thing on your schedule tomorrow and spend 60 seconds visualizing yourself crushing it, not hoping it goes well, seeing it go well, in detail. But now, everything I have shared so far is important, and each step builds on the last. But this final step, day 7, this is the one that ties it all together. This is the one that took me years to figure out, and once I did, everything changed. Step 7. Make confidence about other people, not yourself. This sounds backwards, I know. You are trying to build confidence, and I am telling you to focus on others. But here is the secret that truly confident people understand. Confidence is not about thinking more of yourself. It is about thinking of yourself less. When you walk into a room worried about how you look, how you sound, whether people like you, all of your energy goes inward, and that is exactly what makes you anxious. But when you walk into that same room thinking, how can I make this person feel heard? Or, what can I bring to this conversation? Something incredible happens. The anxiety disappears because you are no longer performing, you are contributing. The most confident people you admire are not standing there thinking about themselves. They are fully present with the people around them. And that presence, that focus on giving instead of protecting, is what makes them magnetic. On day 7, go into every interaction with one question in your mind. How can I add value to this person right now? It could be a compliment, a genuine question, just your full attention, and watch how your entire energy shifts. So let me put this all together for you. In 7 days, you went from someone who apologizes for existing to someone who speaks with conviction. You fixed your body language so your brain gets the right signals. You stacked wins to rebuild trust with yourself. You proved that strangers are not the enemy. You rewrote the toxic script in your head. You trained your brain to expect confidence through visualization. And you discovered the ultimate secret, that real confidence comes from focusing outward, not inward. Now picture this. It is 2 weeks from now. You walk into a room and you do not shrink. You do not scan for exits. You make eye contact. You say what you think. And for the first time in a long time, you actually feel like you belong there. That is not fantasy. That is what happens when you learn how to build confidence on purpose, one day at a time. Drop a comment right now and tell me which of these 7 steps you are going to start with today. I read every single one. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, send them this video. It might be the thing that changes their week. Here is what I want you to remember. Confidence was never about becoming someone else. It was always about giving yourself permission to be who you already are. And if you want to take this even further, watch this next video where I break down exactly how to stop caring what other people think. It is the perfect next step.